This poem's titled Haunted House by Robert Rowe. My sister's curling her hair in the tub again, stuffing empty cereal bowls under her bed. My brother's raising tomatoes in the basement, but they're not the big boys my parents think. Billy Graham, what have I done, Dad wonders, and tightens his tie in the closet mirror. Little Mikey's on the roof with his friends, seeing who can piss furthest and reach Grandma swimming in the pool. Downtown Doots enters Spellman's shoes with Mother's stolen visa. Must have done something in a past life, Dad mumbles from the driveway, an evening globe tucked under his arm. He knows Benning has been glued to the TV all day with 6 liters of Coke and a year's supply of Fig Newtons. He sees the blue rays pressed against her windows as he sidesteps the toys strewn across our walkway. And he wants to talk to her, be the father one should, but he has a water clock in his head, a shipment of tires to sell, in time to pay First Trust, give the sales force their slice, and still have enough for 8 rounds of clothes and John's medical bills. Dad did the only way he knew, the way Granddad did, and Great-Granddad before. How much do you kids charge to haunt a house? Dad screams, VO in hand, TV cranked to 10, but still he hears Vicky in the kitchen, tap dancing to the ghost of Shirley Temple, Taylor on the tops of crutches walking, and Cal strumming heavy metal vomit in the basement. Dad must have glanced often at the curled photos wedged in his mirror. A high school runner, numbers taped to chest, a choir boy with Grandma on the steps of St. Luke's, an army recruit with an uptight haircut, not yet knowing the Taj Mahal up close is only a tower of sand, the Pyramid of Giza just a tombstone, that Gandhi was a frustrated lawyer, and Washington's stoic pose was only wood teeth. Later, when Dewey never came back from a ski trip, how deeply Dad sank in evening's chair and tried to change the channel. And our graduations marched on by, our tassels now only bookmarks. Dad gives his days to watching boys crunch helmets, burning camels, and howling for a dinner that never comes. Outside, the neighborhood kids are climbing pines. Their hands scale the bark trunk. Like Braille readers, now he sees who they're reaching for. Dad phones and wonders when we'll visit. If once we believed in Lindbergh, and could we face our beds, clasp hands, and ask to live those parts once more? How clearly we would see those cereal bowls drying like cement, those carnival spirits peeing off the roof. How we'd ask Vaughn to fetch a few tomatoes. How we pulled hair, poked eyes, kicked shins till Mom's van swerved. How glorious Washington was at Yorktown when the world turned upside down. How much better it is to be a fool than silent. You Vaughn, Vicky, Taylor, Cal, Benning, Liam, Doots, and Dewey, all your faces stained in my mind like the sidewalks of New York. What passes when a 9-room house is sold and a scratched box of records slowly warps in the attic? Each C and each exam, each recovery from the flu, each time Doots dipped a knife in ketchup and pretended to die, and Mom patiently eyed the driveway at midnight. And now I think I know, Dad, in this haunted house, no tunnel reaches into that iron fortress, but what seeps through Each invisible envelope of joy is enough to cause even the shortest life to become the wingspan of a great blue heron. And you, Dewey, catching an edge in the groom snow, sailing off in the woods where the patrol found you, curled like a squirrel. How did the sun still rise the next day? Tonight I drive home to my own kids, tearing up the rugs with their tiny bikes, scribbling crayon murals on the walls. My part of town, Dad, is a lot poorer than you afforded. Driving past Benning's house alone with her 5 cats, wanting to stop, but already late, I see the blue rays like flags in her windows, still hiding in her room, lost in the parade of 8 kids. I see clouds above every house like the ancient rags of a scarecrow, and all the things unsaid. How bright the moon pokes a hole through my windshield as I lift my foot from the gas and drift to the nearest driveway, thinking maybe it's time I pull over and talk with her.